Hello and welcome to another video in this series. This time we're going to cover the effects which are possible for the Druidic archetypes from Xanathar's Guide to Everything for Fantasy Grounds. We've created our level 20 Druid. We haven't bothered with abilities since these aren't important. And if we have a look at the Actions tab, we've partially filled in the various features from the Circle of Dreams archetype. Now I'm just going to show you how I did this so that you can see how you do it yourself. We simply select and drag and drop what we want, and then in this box here we type in Circle of Dreams, and when we tab out of it, it enters it into this section here, this power group on the Actions tab. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to add in all the effects that are possible for the Circle of Dreams, and then we'll have a look at them once that's done. Alright, we've added in all the effects that we can, so let's have a look at them. The first one is the Balm of the Summer Court, and this tells us that we have a pool of dice. D6 is equal to our Druid level, and we can use these dice to heal allies and give them temporary hit points. So the first thing that we'll notice here are all these little circles beside the Balm of the Summer Court. So this is representing the pool of dice. So since this is a level 20 Druid, we've gone into preparation mode and we've entered in the figure of 20 daily. And this represents the pool of dice that the Druid has. Now obviously if you're a first level Druid or a second level Druid or third level or whatever, you're going to have less dice than this. So that's the first thing that we need to do for this one, so that the number of dice can be tracked. For the actual effects then, it's quite straightforward. You can heal D6 and you can give the target temporary hit points as well. So in order to use this, you would simply just decide how many dice you're going to use. You can use up to half the hit dice in any one character, and then you're just going to have to drag the heal or target the ally and click the heal and temporary heal a number of times equal to the number of uses that you require, and then each time you do that, just tick off one use. You regain all the expended dice you finish on a long rest, so if our Druid takes a long rest here, then all expended dice are replaced. So that's Balm of the Summer Court. Let's have a look now at the Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow. This one here says that during a long rest you create a magical protection, and you and your allies get bonuses to stealth and perception checks. So we've created this one just simply skill 5, stealth to perception, that's it. Targets set to targeting. Now we haven't given this one a duration because it can last for a short or a long rest, so you'll need to manually remove this one from yourself and your allies whenever it's going to be a long or a short rest. It's possible to create two different effects here, one for a short rest and one for a long rest. And Fantasy Grounds would automatically remove the short rest one, but it'll leave the long rest one. If you put it in for an 8-hour duration, it'll basically never take it off. So you've got to take that off yourself. So the duration is left up to you how you want to work that. The hidden paths is a purely theatre of the mind. You can use a teleport and move people around. The reason why it's on here is so that we can track the number of uses, because it's got a limited number of uses equal to your wisdom modifier, and it comes back only on a long rest. So again, we've gone into preparation mode. We've assumed a wisdom modifier of 2, and daily, and that way the player can track the number of times it's been used, and it comes back on a long rest. So that's Hidden Paths, and the last one is the Walker in Dreams. Again, another, well, it's a sort of a theatre of mind one. It allows for the casting of spells without spell slots, etc. So if we click on this one, we can see the spells are all linked. So you would simply just use these. And the only reason we've got it here is because once you've cast one of the spells, once you've used the ability, you can't use it again for a short until you've had a long rest. So again, we've gone into preparation and set this to 1 and daily, so that once it's been used, it disappears and comes back only on a long rest. Okay, so that's it for the Circle of Dreams. I'm going to pause again, and I'll create the ones for the Circle of Shepherd, and we'll have a look at them once I've done that. Okay, we've set up the Circle of the Shepherd effects, and the first one is the Speech of the Woods. If we have a look at that, that's simply a theatre of the mind one. You would add in the extra language somewhere else on your character sheet. The next one is Spirit Totem, and you see that we've given this its own little power group here. The reason why we've done this is because no matter which of these options you choose, you can only choose one, or you can only use it once per long or short rest. So we've put it into this group here, and in here we have set the number of uses to 1 per rest. So that means that no matter which of these we select, the whole thing goes away until you've taken a long or a short rest. So that's the easiest way to do this, rather than going into the preparation mode, because that would give each of these an individual 1 per rest, which is not the desired outcome. Okay, so on to the Spirit Totem ones themselves then. You've got 3 possibilities. We've got a 4th one here, we've called it All, and this is simply a timer. It just puts the effect Spirit Totem on the Druid. It lasts a minute, and that's just really a counter for how long the effect lasts. In the first instance, we've got the Bear, and this grants each creature some temporary hit points equal to 5 plus your Druid level. So that's the first effect that we've set up here, a heal effect. We've set it to temporary, and we've set the stat to Druid so that Fantasy Grounds can work out what your Druid level is. In this case, we've got a level 20 Druid, so we're getting 25 temporary hit points, which is the level plus the bonus of 5. We also get advantage to strength checks and saving throws. So again, a fairly straightforward effect. It lasts a minute. We set the targets to or targeting to targets. The next one is the Hawk Spirit. And this one allows for an ally to get advantage on an attack if they make an attack against something within the aura here. And so it's a simple just advantage to attack. It's set to targeting, there's no duration, it expends on the next action. So you would simply place this effect on the attacking creature just before they make the attack. This would be the equivalent of the person just putting the ADV or clicking the ADV button before they made the attack. In addition, there's advantage to perception checks. So advanced skill perception lasts a minute. Targets, pretty straightforward. And the final one in this suite is the Unicorn Spirit, and if you use a healing spell within the aura, any other creature that's in the aura at the time can have their hit points restored equal to half your Druid level. So again, it's a simple heal, and this time it's hit points rather than temporary, and like once again, the stat to be used is the Druid level. So that's it for the Spirit Totem. We can move on now to Mighty Summoner. This gives some benefits to any creature that you summon, the first being 2 extra hit points per hit die. So there's no way we can set up an effect for that. There's no effect that can give somebody extra hit points other than temporary hit points. So I suppose it would be possible, if you knew the hit dice of the creature you were about to summon, you could set up an effect and add in twice their hit dice in temporary hit points. So that's a possibility, but I don't think it's really worth it. It's just going to have to be a manual one. And the second one allows for the weapons or the natural weapons of the creature to be treated as magical. So we can set up, or we've set up an effect for that, damage type magic. This would be placed on the creature, and it would add the magic damage type to their attack or their damage rolls, and that would overcome resistance, etc., in any target if the target had resistance to certain damage types, unless it was magic. So that's a Mighty Summoner, and the next one is Guardian Spirit. If your spirit ends its turn in your aura, then it can regain a number of hit points equal to half your Druid level. So for this one, there isn't a way to actually work out half the Druid level, so we've fudged it a little bit. We've created a heal. We've given the stat once again the Druid level, and we've created a bonus of -10, so that being this is a level 20 Druid, the heal is 10, so it's the Druid level -10. So you would need to adjust this one if your Druid was level 10. Then you would need to put a -5 in there, and so on. So it's that's how you would kind of get around the fact that Fantasy Grounds won't work out half Druid level in this circumstance. And the final one here is Faithful Summons. This is another theatre of the mind ability. It allows you to conjure animals when you're on death's door and they protect you. There is nothing here that we can set up an effect for, and the only reason it's on here is it can only be used once you finish the long rest. So we have set up a 1 daily, so that once this one has been used, it can be ticked off and it'll disappear, and we can track the number of uses. That covers all of the archetypes from Xanathar for the Druid. So that's the end of the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers for now.